Hi, listener. If this is your first time on this podcast, I welcome you to a Walk with A.F.I podcast. And if you're a returning listener, I welcome you back to a Walk with A.F.I podcast. I remain your humble, diplomatic, lovely, and awesome host. Hadilaku Fentula Ibukolua. Yes, it's A.F.I once again. And today is actually a very special day. This episode is very, very special because it is being dedicated to our fathers. So today we are diving into a very special occasion that honors an irreplaceable figure in our society and in our lives. Yes, it's all about fathers today. So whether you are a father or you have a father figure, or simply you just appreciate the fatherly influences that are around you, this episode is honestly a tribute to the strength, the love, and the wisdom that define fatherhood. So yes, let's get to it. First thing that we need to understand is what a Father's Day is. We say, okay, today we are celebrating fathers, we are showing them love, we are spending time with them. Yeah, but what is a Father's Day? Okay, so Father's Day is a day that is dedicated to honoring and celebrating fatherhood, paternal bonds, and the influence of fathers in our society. It is typically observed on the third Sunday of June in many countries around the world, including Nigeria here. So people often show appreciation to their fathers or father figures through gifts, buy them cards, special meals, or spending quality time with the fathers. So the day today is a way to recognize the importance and the important role fathers play in our families and in the society. So today, I hope you will do one of those things. You that buy your dad a card, or you spend quality time with your father today. You gift him something that is important. Well, it doesn't matter as much as the gift is coming from your heart. It is the thought that really matters. So gift him something. You can cook a very, very, very special meal for him. Yeah, you can do any of those. So yeah, that is what Father's Day is all about. And yes, what is the origin? Because I think that before we can just say, okay, I want to go and it's good like to celebrate our fathers and all, but I think it's actually nice if you know the origin of this. Like, how did it happen? I think the one that is very, very common, we know the one that is common is Mother's Day. Like, yeah, that one has been ancient. But when did Father's Day come into being? So let's take a look at that. Okay, so the origin of Father's Day can be traced to early 20th century. It all started with Sonora Smart Dodd, who was inspired by the American Mother's Day celebration. She wanted to honor her father, William Jackson Smart, a Civil War veteran and a single father who raised 6 children on his own. Oh my goodness. So Sonara proposed a day to celebrate fathers, and the first Father's Day was celebrated in Spokane, Washington on June 19th, 1910. So it was not until 1972 that President Richard Nixon signed a proclamation making Father's Day a federal holiday to be celebrated on the third Sunday of June each year. So that's how Father's Day came into being. It was through Sonara Smart Dodd, because she wanted to, appreciate her father for raising 6 children single-handedly. My goodness. That man is strong, right? Because I can just imagine. So that's how Father's Day, that's how it started, before the president of America, that's President Richard Nixon, has signed the proclamation that, yes, let it be a public holiday, let people go ahead, celebrate their father. It is nice. And I'm actually glad that we have this, because mostly we appreciate our mothers. You say she gave birth. Honestly, it's not easy. It's not easy to carry somebody, oh my goodness, in your stomach for 9 months. Then you back the person for how many years? Oh my goodness, it's not easy. But at the same time, we should understand that without the father, there will be no child, because it is the father's sperm that will meet the woman to become a child or children, whatever. So it is important that as much as we celebrate our mothers, we also celebrate our fathers. So now we look into the origin of Father's Day, and so today I want us to look into the special rules, or let me say the fatherly rules. Yes, the rules of our father, what they do in our society and in our family. Because I don't understand why some people will say that without men, this society will still be okay. I don't want to talk too much, but I disagree. I totally disagree, because ladies, we know ourselves, we are emotional beings. We need men in our society. Imagine there are no men in this society. Things will okay, things will go very bad. Things are already kind of bad already, but things will be worse. Like it will go out of hand. So we need them. So don't allow anybody to bamboozle you that this world will still remain the same without fathers in the world. So today, let's look into the roles of our fathers. Number one rules I want us to look into is they provide and they protect. That's provision and protection. Our fathers provide, they protect, they go any length just to provide for their family and their children. I know, yes, let me say this. I know it's not everyone that is like that. It's not every man or every father that is like that. But those ones that, yes, that indeed their fathers, those ones that really understand their roles and their importance in the society, they do all of these things. So as you are listening to me, you might feel like, okay, maybe I don't know the kind of father that you have, or maybe I don't know the kind of father that you've seen. I understand. Yes, there are some that are like that. But the point is, are these people not coming from a family? Are they not coming from a particular home? Everybody that we see outside in the society, they are coming from a particular home. So, and they used to be kids before they become who they are right now. So you can't just the point is, whatever they've been learning since they were young, that is what they will exhibit when they grow. When you see a very toxic man, let me just tell you the point. Go and check his background, his home, and where he's coming from. He has experienced a lot of toxicity, so that is why. So don't feel like, okay, because of this thing that a particular man has done, you will now feel like every man is like that. No, they are not all like that. So there are still men in society that protect and they provide for their family members. So they go all out to provide, they go all out to protect. Like when your father is at home, you have a kind of peace of mind. Like me, okay, just some reasons my dad wasn't at home. Like he traveled, and so just myself and my mom. Honestly speaking, my mind was like, God, okay, just help us, just protect us. This is my father is not around, and nothing was happen. Like my mom was like, okay, like I knew my father was not around, so our father, their presence always bring a kind of, okay, yes, my father is around, nothing go happen, like anything will come, my father they gallant, you understand. So they provide and they protect. Another thing is that they serve as role models, not just for their male children, but also for their female children. Like they serve as role models, but especially for their sons, because it is what their sons see them do that they will think is right growing up. And that's why we have ladies that you grow up and you start comparing your father. Okay, you start comparing your spouse with your father. My father used to do this, my father used to do that. Excuse me, ma. He's not your father. He's not your father. So please don't do that. So the reason is because it's like that, because most fathers are supposed to be role models. You understand? So them being role models is what we see them do that we want to do. You get, we see them that they are strong, we want to become strong. You see that your father don't cry, you don't want to be crying all the time. You see that your father handle issues this way, you feel like, okay, there is wisdom in what he does, and you emulate that. So fathers are actually role models to their male child and even their female child. Another thing is that fathers provide emotional support. Hey God, fathers provide emotional support and stability within the family. The point is, we ladies, women, wives, we are emotional beings. Like we are very, very emotional. But guys, at least they can put their emotions together. We, any small thing like this, we cry. I was telling somebody, I said, my last phase in school, I cried. Like anytime I'm frustrated like this, I would just lie down. Before we know what was happening, I would start crying. Like I was just crying. But guys, even when they are frustrated and all, they will just rough it and look for a way out rather than crying. So they provide emotional support, they offer encouragement, they offer comfort and guidance to their children. You see your child is frustrated and oh, they call them, they talk to them. So that my father will come and say, this thing that you've done is not okay. You act based on your emotions, you did this. I say, okay, yeah, it's right. So they provide emotional support, they encourage their wives and their children, and yeah, during challenging times and all, they stand firm, encouraging us, we ladies, encouraging our children. So fathers, I give this to them. Honestly, I give this to them. They provide strong emotional support to their family. Another thing that fathers do is that they engage in co-parenting. Like, let's look at this our world, like our modern age families now. Fathers are honestly increasingly involved in co-parenting and sharing caregiving responsibilities. They don't leave it just to their wives, they don't leave it just to the mothers. They also engage in this because it even starts from the point of pregnancy. The co-parenting start from that, because coming together to impregnate somebody is part of co-parenting now. Not aborting the child is part of co-parenting. From there, you're already accepting the responsibility of being a father. Then you have to, when the child is born, you have to carry the child to the fathers sing for their children. We have fathers that even back their children. Like, I've seen fathers like that they will back their child. So co-parenting, they also engage in this. They don't leave raising a kid to the mothers. Like, responsible fathers, responsible men, they don't do that. They engage in co-parenting. They help their wife, take care of the child, nurture their children. They even discipline children. See, the aspect of discipline, I know that single mothers, yes, I give it to them. Like, honestly, when I see a single mom raising a child and I see that child, that, oh my god, this woman is doing a very great job raising this child, honestly, I give them a lot of kudos, because it's not easy. A child will get to some point that the child will want to be rebellious, the child wants to be wayward, the child wants to do things on his or her own. So it takes, like, let me say, iron hand to handle children at that stage. Now imagine a woman doing all of those. Honestly, I give kudos to them. So that is why the father figure is actually important, because yes, moments like that, times like that, it is easier to take hold of their child and teach their child and nurture their child and guide them. I used to say it, I can't really remember my father beating me, but apart from my father, I have other people, like father figures in my life. One of my brothers, I can remember my two brothers flogging me. Like, I still remember, it's still very fresh in my memories. So I still see them as my father, like I still see them as my fathers, you understand? But yes, I have my father and my dad, but I still have these was like fatherly figures in my life. So what my father said did not do, like, honestly, I don't know if he beat me when I was young, but at some stage, like, teenage and all of those, my brothers, I remember them flogging me well. I remember them. So at some point, a child will actually need those kind of guidance, and the father is always there to do that. I will also say that another role of fathers in our society and in the family is educational and intellectual development. Like, they do this by encouraging curiosity. They allow their child to be curious. They allow their child to involve in critical thinking. Like, they just say something and they expect their child to say something to what they've said. Engaging their children in meaningful conversations just to test their intellect, just to test their development, just to test if they are being if they are educative, like if they know things, if they are knowledgeable. So fathers do these things a lot, like a lot. Even morals, like they will do something just to test your morals. And yeah, they just engage them in activities. Sometimes they follow their children to school. When I was still in high school, while I was in high school, this PTA meeting, most times my father will come. It has always been, I think, is aligned with co-parenting, because if my mom is not around, if she is not chanced to come, my father would do that. If it's open day where teachers will, you bring all your books, your teachers will check, they will say a lot of things about you to your parents, my father will come if my mom won't be around. So all of these things, fathers too are important. Let's look at all these rules. It shows that we need men in the society. They are very, very important, and yes, we need them, because another thing that they do is building relationships. Honestly, fathers play a crucial role in shaping their children's social skills and ability to form healthy relationships. Like they do this a lot. They teach communication skills. Like they teach their children how to talk, how to communicate, how to respond, how to understand whatever somebody is saying to you. And part of this communication skills, it's not just by opening your mouth to talk. Like they even teach you to read people's body language. You they cut you eye one like this, you know what they are saying. Like they just do their hand, make a sound with their hand, you know what they are saying. So fathers do this a lot, honestly, and this is actually one of the things I actually enjoy about my father particularly, because if you just look in one eye like this, he expects you to grab whatever he's saying. So yes, they help you to build relationship, they help you to know how to communicate, to have empathy, how to sympathize with other people, and how to resolve conflicts. When you see your father handling issues in a particular way, you will learn from it. Okay, this is what my father did, this is what my father did. You will learn. Next time when they bring something like that to you, you know what to do. All of this is actually important for navigating social interactions. So handling issues, having empathy, and all of those, they actually help us in the society. So fathers, they do this for us, the children, their children, and also their wives. And yeah, gender role modeling. Fathers influence their children's understanding of gender rules and expectations. They will tell you. I remember my father sometimes when he's talking to my brother, he will say, "You are a man." He will even tell you, you will marry somebody, like you bring somebody into your house. All of those things now is telling my brother, you have to be strong. You are a man. You cannot behave like a female. Like you cannot behave like a woman. You understand? See, these are things that are expected of a man. You have to be responsible. You have to be strong. You have to be gallant. Like you have to be very, very solid. You don't be weak. You don't have to be weak. And they tell you, a female child, if that will tell you, somebody will marry you. You have to be respectful. Don't be lazy. Don't talk to people just anyhow. Don't abuse people. Don't do all of that. So all of these things are actually helping us to have a better society, because the point is, when we don't have fathers that do these things, it tells on our society. Because you see, all of those men that you are seeing out there, that they are doing one bad thing or the other, even females, all of those people that you are seeing out there, they emerge from a particular home, a family. So when you see people acting like that, sometimes I don't blame them. I actually love looking into where they are coming from, because that will help me to pity them. Because I feel like, growing up, a child will always want to be rebellious. Growing up, you want to do the bad things because those bad things will look good to you. But when you don't have somebody that you can talk to, somebody that will take you with their arms open, somebody that will advise you, somebody that will guide you, you go the wrong route. And whatever you are not being taught from your house, from your home, when you go outside to learn, most times you learn it the wrong way. So your fathers are important in the society. So don't let anybody tell you that without fathers the society will remain the same. Blah 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 blah. It's nonsense. I'm telling you. Don't take that. So don't take that. Guys, please be cool. Let us know that you are coming from a good home. Because most times these days we see guys that act like, what is it? You just behave and you're like, wow, somebody gave birth to this person. There was something that happened to me some times ago. I had a kind of issue with a group of friends, and what pained me most about that issue, it was not even the issue that happened, it was about the way it was handled. Because I expected the guy, like the man, let me put it that way now, to act like a man. At some point I had to call him and tell him, is this how you will raise your family? Is this how you will raise your kids? Is this how you will resolve conflicts in your home? Honestly, if this is it, you have a very long way to go. You need to go and learn. You need to read. You need to see, when you look at your parents' marriages, learn from whatever is happening there. Look at your father. That's why I have a lot of ladies with daddy issues up and down. And what their father lack, they are looking for those things in another man. You understand? And because of that, they start comparing their father. And that's why some people will even think ahead of a woman that thinks that a way a man can show his love is by beating her. Hey God, what is this world turning into? So it's until that man beats you, that's when you know that he really loves you. Chinekemo, it is well with us. God will help us. So if you are listening to this podcast, please, I hope you don't have that kind of mentality and mindset. And even if you don't like your father, if he has done a lot of things that really do not sit well with you, please find a place in your heart to forgive him. He's still your father. Without him, you won't be where you are right now, because you might probably not have been given birth to. So still appreciate him, love him, find a place in your heart to forgive him. And then I'll see you next. Please have a great day and have a great week. Remember to show love to your father. Today it is very, very important. If you've not bought him anything, make sure that you do that before the week runs to an end. So have a great time and take care of yourself. I love you and I love your dad. Bye.